Hello everyone, a very good evening all of you and a very warm welcome to you all to this wonderful session of fluid mechanics where we will be discussing the most important questions from the various parts of the fluid mechanics which are having the difficulty level as that of your gate examination. Please guys do join me fast, and those who are here respond through the comment section if my audio and visual quality are fine so that we can start this wonderful session. So we have brought the rank up series free of cost for you guys where we will be covering around 500 questions from each and every subject in total, which are having the difficulty level similar to your gate exam. So there will be MCQs, there will be MSQs and NAT type of questions. So please do not forget to share the link of this session to all your civil engineering friends as well and mechanical engineers who are going to appear for GATE 2024. Can you guys hear me? Am I audible and visible to all of you? Yes, those who are watching me live, please do respond through the comment section if my audio and visual quality are fine. And are you prepared for this session? Have you revised your fundamentals? So please try to solve as many questions as possible on your own. And if you have any doubt, anything to discuss, you can always write me your doubts in the comment section. So this is my quick introduction for those who are attending my session for the very first time. I am mechanical engineering graduate from IIT Delhi, having also cleared engineering services examination, worked in Steel Authority of India Limited for a couple of years, and from last 10 plus years, I have been into teaching, guiding the students who are preparing for various competitive examination. I cannot see your comments. Hi Maniket, good evening, welcome, what's up? Everybody, please do mark your presence in the comment section by writing whether my audio and visual quality are fine. You can join me on the Telegram as well if you are not part of my Telegram group yet. That is Mechanical by Chandrasekhar. The link is mentioned here. How are you, Maniket? What about others? Please do participate. Hi, YouTube link. Welcome. This is the entire series, rank up series. This is the entire schedule of the rank up series. Today we will be having the fluid mechanics for civil as well as mechanical. Can you just write me which branch you belong to? Whether you are civil engineer or mechanical engineer, and keep your pen, notebook and calculator and try to solve as many questions as possible on your own, so that will boost up your confidence and that will help you to improve your understanding. कमर में पेन है क्यों? Okay. So this is the schedule after my session. This is the remaining part of the schedule. You can take the screenshot. We will share the entire schedule to our respective Telegram channel as well. There is the first question on the screen. The first question on your screen. Can you solve this? First question. The velocity distribution near the solid wall at a section in a laminar flow is given by this expression. The question is from Newton's law of viscosity. Can you solve it? नहीं मनिकेत, आज ऐप पे कोई क्लास नहीं है. आज यही है जो क्लास है फ्री. For y is less than 0.1. The dynamic viscosity of the fluid is 5 poise. They would not have mentioned the dynamic viscosity. The unit will decide whether it is dynamic or kinematic viscosity. Then it is MSQ. At y is equal to 0, y is equal to 0.05 and y is equal to 0.1. So what is the expression for Newton's law of viscosity? The shear stress is given by mu into du by dy. What is the value of du by dy? Solve for du by dy. So du by dy is given as 5, then cos 5 pi y into 5 pi. That is du by dy. So du by dy is 25 pi cos 5 pi y. So बताइए what is the answer? So at y is equal to 0, tau is equal to mu into 25 pi into cos 0. What is cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. So mu is 0.5. So 0.5 into 25 pi. Can you solve it? Is option A correct? 0.5 into 25 pi. 39.25 into 0.5. The options are in terms of pi only. The options, if you see, the options are in terms of pi only. This is velocity gradient. So 25 into 0.5, 12.5. Option A is correct. Isn't it option A? A is correct. What about B? At 0.05, at y is equal to 0.05. If you put y is equal to 0.05, at y is equal to 0.05, tau is equal to 0.5 into 25 pi into cos of 5 into pi into 0.05. What is 5 into 0.05? Pi is equal to 180 degree. So this will be cos 45. So it will be, what is cos 45? 12.5 pi into cos 45. What is cos 45? 1 by 2. Isn't it 1 by 2? Sorry, 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2. So 12.5 by root 2. (12.5 root 2). 17.67. 12.5 divided by root 2. 8.835. So option A and B are correct. Option A is correct, B is also correct. Isn't it? What about C? At y is equal to 0.1. At y is equal to 0.1. 0.5 into 180. 90 cos 90 will be 0. At y is equal to 0.1, tau will be equal to 0, isn't it? So C is incorrect. And what is the velocity gradient at y is equal to 0.05? This is the velocity gradient. Velocity gradient at y is equal to 0.05. 0.05 into pi, 5 into 180, 45. So 25 pi by 25 pi by root 2. 55.53. So this is also incorrect. Option A and B are correct answers. C कैसे सही है? Y is equal to 0.1 पे at y is equal to 0.1 cos of 5 pi into 0.1 कितना होगा? That is equal to cos of 0.5 into 180 डिग्री कितना होगा? 0.5 into 180 into 0.5 that is 90, that will be cos 90. Cos 90 that is equal to 0. C कैसे सही है? C तो गलत है अनिकेत. C is incorrect. C will be incorrect and D will be incorrect. So the correct answers are option A and B. Do you guys understand it? The correct answers are option A as well as B. C and D are incorrect. Right? What is the answer to the next one? Question number 2. A circular disc of diameter D is slowly rotated in a liquid of viscosity mu at a small distance h from the fixed surface h shown in figure. Find the torque required to maintain the angular velocity omega. We need to find out the torque required to maintain the angular velocity omega. So torque is equal to force, tangential force into perpendicular distance, and tangential force is given by mu a v by h into r. That is how we can find out the torque required to maintain the motion, or that is also called as loss in torque due to viscosity. We can also call it as loss in torque due to viscosity of the lubricant. That is also known as. The only thing is V here. The problem is with V. V is the tangential velocity of the fluid particles in contact with the moving surface. If you see, V will be variable. V is equal to R into omega. Omega is constant, but R is variable, so that is why V will be variable. The tangential velocity will be variable. So because the tangential velocity is variable, what we need to do is we need to go for integration. Then we are supposed to go for integration. So at any radial distance r, if we take an element of thickness dr, we will find out the tangential force df here. So df is equal to mu into dA into v by h. H is the thickness of the fluid, where dA will be equal to 2 pi r into dr, and v is equal to r into omega, and dt will be equal to df into r. If we do the integration, then we will get the total torque. So that will be integration of mu by h, we can take common, mu by h, then integration, we can take 2 pi also outside, mu by h into 2 pi, then integration of omega also can be taken outside, 2 pi omega can be taken outside, then integration of v, that is r into r dr into r. So r cube dr from 0 to d by 2. If you do the integration, then you will get the answer. What is the torque? 2 pi mu omega by h into r cube dr integration. So it will be r to the power 4 by 4, and the limit will be 0 to d by 2. That will give you the answer. Do you understand why we need to go for integration? What is the answer? It will be 2. So pi mu omega by 2h into d to the power 4 upon 2 to the power 4. So pi mu omega d to the power 4 upon 32H will be the answer. What is the correct answer? Option A. A will be the correct answer for this given question. Option A will be the right answer. Isn't it? जो लोग without integration solve करते हैं, they get the answer B. What they do is T is equal to mu area, they write pi by 4 d square or pi by 4 d square. Mu A into V, they write d by 2 into omega by H into d by 2. They write this way. That is incorrect. Why? Because the velocity is variable. Because the velocity is variable, so we need to take the integration. Or there is another method. What we could have done is velocity varies linearly. Velocity at the center is equal to 0 and velocity varies, increases linearly. Here the velocity is omega into d by 2. That is the maximum velocity. So those students who put omega into d by 2, they use the maximum velocity. That gives the incorrect answer. If you would have taken the average velocity instead, how to find out the average velocity? Because v is a linear function of r. Here the velocity will be 0. So average velocity is v minimum plus v maximum by 2. That is how you can find out the average velocity. 0 plus omega d by 2 upon 2. So that will be, so average velocity will come out to be omega into d by 4. If you find out the average velocity, then we can find out tau average, mu into omega into d by 4 by h. That is tau average, and torque is equal to tau average into area into d by 2. So tau average is mu into omega d by 4 upon h multiplied by area is pi by 4 d square into d by 2. If you will do this way, then you will get the correct answer. If you take the average velocity instead of maximum velocity, if you take the average velocity, then you will get the correct answer. That is option A. The next question on your screen. Try to solve the next one. Question number 3, MSQ. There is a mercury kept in the container at the bottom and there is water here. There are two immiscible fluids. Which of the following are correct regarding the below given tank filled with two liquids? What are the correct answers? मनिकेत एक साथ लिखिए जो भी करेक्ट आंसर्स हैं, बाकी लोग भी बताइए. What are the various correct options in your opinion? Question number 3. Will PA and PB be equal? PA and PB will not be equal because they are not joined by the continuous mass of single static fluid. PA will not be equal to PB. Will PC is equal to PD? Yes, if we join them together, they will be joined by a single fluid according to Pascal law. C is correct. What about B and D? So PA is greater than PC. What is PA? PA is equal to PC. Let me call it as H. PA is equal to PC plus rho of water into G into H. What is PB? PB is equal to PD plus rho of mercury into G into H. PC and PD are equal and the density of mercury is greater than density of water. So definitely pressure at B will be greater than pressure at D. Pressure at B is greater than pressure at, A. Pressure at B is greater than pressure at A. Yes. Pressure at, B is greater than A. B is correct. What about D and A? PD and PA. PA is greater than PD because PA is greater than PC. PA is greater than PC and PC is equal to PD. PA is greater than PC and PC is equal to PD. So PA is greater than PD. So B and C. Himank, D कैसे करेक्ट है? PD is not greater than PA. समझ में आया कि नहीं आपको? Did you understand this or not? Whenever the points are taken in the same horizontal plane, which are joined by the continuous mass of single static fluid, then they will have same pressure. So according to Pascal law, PC will be equal to PD. That is our Pascal law. According to Pascal law, PC is equal to PD. Right? Now, PA can be written by using the pressure equation or by using the hydrostatic law. PA can be written as PC plus rho GH, but rho of water will be taken into consideration. And PB can be written as PD plus rho GH, where rho is taken for the mercury. So PB is greater than PA. Pressure at point B will be greater than PA because the density of mercury is greater than density of water. Right? And PA will be greater than PC and PC is equal to PD. That is why PA will be greater than PD. D is incorrect. The next MSQ, choose the correct statements regarding the pressure measuring gauges. Pressure measuring instruments. Choose the correct statement. Everyone, select the right answer. Piezometer cannot be used for measuring high pressure. That is correct. Piezometer cannot be used for measuring very high pressures because there is a possibility of overflow. Isn't it? A is correct. Now, sensitivity of inclined single column manometer is more than the sensitivity of vertical column manometer by a factor equal to sin theta. It will not be by a factor equal to sin theta. It will be by a factor of 1 by sin theta. L by H2, that is 1 by sin theta. So B is not correct. B will not be correct. Mechanical gauges are used to measure very high pressures with low precision. Yes, the mechanical gauges are used to measure very high pressures and the precision is less. C is correct. An inverted U-tube manometer is used for measuring small pressure differences. That is also true. Because inverted manometer, the density of manometric fluid is less than density of flowing fluid. That is why inverted U-tube manometer are used for measuring small pressure differences. All right. So A, C and D are correct answer. A, C, D are correct answer. Let us move to the next question, which is NAT. Question number 5 is NAT. Yes, well done. Can you solve this? This is beautiful question. Give it a try, everyone. A manometer having one limb vertical and other inclined at 45 degree. One limb is vertical and other is inclined at 45 degree, like this. To the horizontal is filled with fluid of specific gravity 1.3. There is a fluid already filled which is having the specific gravity. Initial level is, let us say, here. This is the initial level. Now what is happening? The area of the tube is 1.5 centimeter square. If 25 centimeter cube of additional water is filled in inclined tube, now the water is added and 25 centimeter cube. So whenever the water is added into the inclined limb, the level of the manometric fluid will go down, let us say here. And if the level of the manometric fluid will go down, then the level of manometric fluid will rise in the right limb. So first of all, find out how much space the water will occupy. HW. How to find out? Because area into volume is equal to area into H of water. What is volume? That is 25 is equal to what is area? 1.5 meter square into height occupied by water. So 25 by 1.5, 16.67. $16.67. So the question is the rise of meniscus in centimeter in vertical limb is, this we need to find out. X. This we need to find out. So this will be equal to X, isn't it? Because the volume decreasing will be equal to volume increasing. So this will be X sine 45. X sine 45. So our diagram will be something like this. Are you able to understand this? This will also be X. So it will be X sine 45. Now these 2 points will have same pressure according to Pascal law. Let me call it as A. Let me call this as B. So pressure, if we write the pressure equation, then we can say PA will be equal to PB. So how to write PA? That is, here the pressure is PATM. So PATM plus what is the fluid? Manometric fluid is density of manometric fluid into G into X plus X sine 45 is equal to, here also pressure is PATM plus this will be rho of water into G into H sine 45. This will give you the answer. So you can find out X. G and G getting cancelled out. So X is equal to, or X 1 plus cos 45. What is cos 45? 1 by root 2. 1 plus 1 by root 2 is equal to density of water 1 upon 1.3 into 16.67. Sorry, it will be sine 45, na? Same. Into sine 45 upon root 2. So this will give you the answer. Can you solve it? Can you guys solve this one? So X is equal to 1 upon 1.3 into 16.67 upon 1 plus root 2. Root 2 plus 1. So 16.67 upon 2.414 into 1.3 centimeter. That will be the answer. What will be the correct answer? 16.67 divided by 2.414 into 1.3. 5.311. Are you getting X is equal to 5.311 centimeter? The answer will be 5.3. 5.3 centimeter. Are you guys getting it or not? Do you understand the question? How many of you have understood the question or the solution? If you want, I can explain it again. This is how the manometer is. Now what is happening is, initial level was here, let us say. This was the initial level. Now we add water. Now we add water. So water will occupy this much space. So the volume decreasing here is equal to volume rising here. If we call this to be x, then this will also be x. And the angle is 45. So the question is to find out the value of x. This is the question. This is the manometric fluid. So what we can say, if we draw the datum line here, so this distance we can call it as x sine 45. These 2 points will have same pressure, and this distance we all know, that is HW, we have calculated. So we can say this distance will be H of water into sine 45. So if we write the Bernoulli, if we write the pressure equation, this is the datum line. If we write the pressure equation, then we can say rho of manometric fluid into G into x plus x sine 45 is equal to rho of water into G into HW sine 45. That will give you the value of x. This is how we will get the value of x. So the answer will be 5.3. Do you get it? The next one, question number 6. There is a vertical gate 6 meter by 6 meter which holds water on one side with the free surface at its top. This is the vertical gate 6 meter by 6 meter. Now the moment about the bottom edge of the gate, we need to find out the moment about the bottom edge of the gate of the water force will be, where gamma is the specific weight of water. What is the moment about the bottom edge? This is the bottom edge. So the fluid will exert hydrostatic force. So first of all, calculate FH. Hydrostatic force is given by rho of water into G into area, 6 into 6 into x bar. Depth of centroid from the free surface, what is the value of x bar? That is 3 meter, isn't it? Because the free surface is coinciding with the top edge. So into 3, that is the value of FH. Now this hydrostatic force, whenever we calculate the moment, we should take the point of application. So it will pass through CP for the line of action of FH will pass through the center of pressure, and we can find out the depth of CP, HCP, by using the formula or by using the pressure prism. If we draw the pressure prism, it will be a triangle, and the centroid of the triangle will represent the depth of center of pressure. So centroid of the triangle, this centroid of the triangle from the free surface will be 2 by 3 into 6. So HCP is equal to 2 by 3 into 6 meter. That is 4 meter. So if we want the moment about the bottom edge, this is the perpendicular distance. This will be 2 meter. So the moment about the bottom edge will be equal to FH into 4. Rho into G will be gamma into 6 into 6 into 3 into 4 Newton meter will be the correct answer. How much is that? 6 into 4 into 3 Newton meter. Sorry, it will be 2 na, because it is about the bottom edge, it will be 2. About the bottom it will be 2. So 6 cube. 216 gamma will be the answer. Newton meter. Moment about the bottom. If the question asks you to find out the moment about the top, yes, Sumit, well done. If the question asks you to find out the moment about the top, then what will you do? Moment about the top will be equal to force, hydrostatic force into 4 meter. If the question asks you to find out the moment about centroid, G, then you will write FH into the perpendicular distance will be this. So it will be 4 minus 3 Newton meter. So whenever we calculate the moment, we need to find out the point of application. That is very much required. The next one, question number 7. Question number 7. The figure shows a hydraulic gate PQR. The figure shows a hydraulic gate PQR which is hinged at Q. The gate is hinged at Q. There is a hinge whose weight is small compared to hydrostatic force. What should be the minimum height H required to open the gate? What will be the value of H in terms of B to open the gate? So the gate is something like this. There is a vertical plate, there is a horizontal plate. The gate is like this. And it is having the rotation. It is free to rotate about the common interface or common edge. It is free to rotate about the common edge. We want to arrest the rotation. For equilibrium, what we need to do? Net moment about Q must be 0. About hinge moment must be 0 for rotational equilibrium. हाँ सुमित, क्या प्रेशर प्रिज्म नहीं आता है? कुछ पूछना चाह रहे हैं प्रेशर प्रिज्म के बारे में? बताऊं प्रेशर प्रिज्म के बारे में होता क्या है? प्रेशर की मैग्नीट्यूड को शो करते हैं अलोंग विद द डायरेक्शन ऑफ प्रेशर फोर्स. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्रेशर प्रिज्म. यहां पे प्रेशर, टॉप पे प्रेशर 0 है, बॉटम पे प्रेशर है रो ऑफ वाटर इंटू जी इंटू 6 और प्रेशर लीनियरली इंक्रीज कर रहा है, तो प्रेशर प्रिज्म ट्राइंगल बनेगा ऐसे. टॉप पे प्रेशर 0, बॉटम पे प्रेशर मैक्सिमम और प्रेशर का वेरिएशन लीनियर होता है. प्रेशर इज ए लीनियर फंक्शन ऑफ जेड. सो ये दिस इज द प्रेशर प्रिज्म. सो द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द प्रेशर प्रिज्म, it is a 3-dimensional figure. Volume of the pressure prism will be the magnitude of hydrostatic force and the centroid of the pressure prism. ट्राइंगल का सेंट्रोइड जो होगा वो रिप्रेजेंट करेगा सीपी की लोकेशन को, सेंटर ऑफ प्रेशर की लोकेशन को. सो टू मेक आवर एनालिसिस सिंपल, वी टेक हेल्प ऑफ प्रेशर प्रिज्म. बट द प्रेशर प्रिज्म इज यूज्ड ओनली व्हेन द विड्थ ऑफ द प्लेन सरफेस इज कांस्टेंट. या तो रेक्टेंगुलर प्लेन सरफेस हो या फिर स्क्वायर प्लेन सरफेस हो, तभी वो एप्लीकेबल है. Otherwise, the pressure prism analysis will also become complicated. So when the width of the surface is constant, यहाँ पे ये rectangle है तो इसलिए मैंने pressure prism की help ले ली. So pressure prism is a triangle because volume of the pressure prism, to calculate the volume of the pressure prism, if the width is constant, then we are supposed to calculate the area only. Area multiplied by width will give you the volume. So that is how we can get the value of hydrostatic force without any integration. But if the width is variable, then we need to go for integration. And that is what we have already done to calculate FH. So there is no point in using the pressure prism if the width is variable. Are you getting it? Similarly, the centroid of the pressure prism will be the centroid of this area when the width is constant. If the width is variable, then you will not be able to find out the centroid of the pressure prism. फॉर्मूले में भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. फॉर्मूले में ये प्रॉब्लम है, इफ देयर आर मल्टीपल फ्लूइड्स, व्हेन देयर आर मल्टीपल फ्लूइड्स, अगर यहां पे ऑयल और वाटर होता देन फॉर्मूला कैन नॉट बी यूज, देन वी शुड यूज द प्रेशर प्रिज्म. सो कई बार क्वेश्चन में मल्टीपल फ्लूइड्स दे दिए जाते हैं. फॉर मल्टीपल फ्लूइड्स देयर इज नो फॉर्मूला. व्हाट वी नीड टू डू इज वी ड्रॉ द प्रेशर प्रिज्म एंड देन एनालाइज इट. राइट? Now, so there are two forces, hydrostatic forces acting because the fluid is on the left hand side. So there is hydrostatic force acting on this. Let me call width to be unity 1 meter. It is not given. So the force on PQ will be like this and force on QR will be like this. What is force on PQ? That is rho of water or density of the fluid into G into area H into 1 into X bar. X bar is the depth of centroid from the free surface, that is H by 2. That is force on PQ, and again this distance will be 2H by 3, isn't it? So we are interested in this distance, this is H by 3. Similarly, force on QR, rho of fluid into G into pressure at the bottom is constant, that is rho GH into area B into 1. That is the force. And because it is a horizontal surface, the center of pressure is coinciding with the centroid, center of gravity. So this is B by 2. So for vertical equilibrium, what we can say, for rotational equilibrium, we can say the force on PQ into H by 3 clockwise rotation is equal to anti-clockwise rotation, force on QR into B by 2. So force on PQ, rho of fluid into G into H by 2 into H by 3 is equal to rho FG into H into B by 2. That will be the expression. Density G getting cancelled out, 1H getting cancelled out with this H. So, and 2 is also getting cancelled out with this 2. So H square by 3 is equal to B square. H square by 3 is equal to B square. So H will be equal to B into under root 3, B root 3. H will be B root 3. H will be B root 3. Isn't it option A? H will be. Do you guys understand it or not? Moment is force into perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. Moment is force into perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. So option A will be the correct answer. Do you guys understand? This is beautiful question from the hydrostatic forces. This is interesting question. The next one, give it a try. The next one, question number 8. If a cylinder of 4 meter diameter, the diameter of the cylinder is 4 meter, has a height of 3 meter, 3 meter, and is placed in water with its axis vertical. The fluid is water, like this. The density of the cylinder is 600 kg per meter cube. Then it will float in stable, unstable, neutral, or data insufficient. First of all, the body should be in equilibrium. So we can find out the depth of immersion by applying the condition for equilibrium. For equilibrium, vertical equilibrium, we can say the buoyant force exerted is equal to weight of the cylinder. What is the buoyant force? Density of water into G into area into H. The volume of the displaced fluid is equal to rho of cylinder is equal to density of the cylinder into G into area into capital H. G and G getting cancelled out, area and area getting cancelled out. So H is equal to density of cylinder is 600 into capital H is 3. upon density of water is 1000. So the depth of immersion is, how much is that? 1.8 meter. Depth of immersion is 1.8 meter. Once we find out the depth of immersion, then once we find out the depth of immersion, then we can find out the location of, this is 1.8 meter. Then from the bottom, what is the location of B? This is 1.8 by 2, 0.9 meter, that is h by 2. And what is the location of G? G is capital H by 2. So BG, the distance between B and G, is capital H by 2 minus small h by 2. Capital H is 3 by 2 minus 1.8 by 2. How much is that? 1.5 minus 0.9. So the distance between BG is equal to 0.6 meter. Then we need to find out BM, the distance between B and M. That is Ixx upon volume of the fluid displaced. What is Ixx? Area moment of inertia of horizontal section of the floating surface on the fluid surface. This moment of inertia of this circle. So pi by 64 d to the power 4 upon volume of the fluid displaced is pi by 4 d square into h. So pi getting cancelled out, d square, it will become d square. So 64. So 4d square upon 64h. So Bm is equal to d square by 16h. What is d square? 3 square. 3 into 3 upon 16 into 1.8. That is equal to Bm. 9 divided by 16 divided by 1.8. What is Bm? Diameter is 4 actually. Diameter is 4. 4 into 4. The diameter will be 4. So it will be this will get cancelled out now. So 1 upon 1.8 meter. How much is that? 0.55. Bm is equal to 0.55 meter. Because Bm is less than Bg. If Bm is less than Bg, that means B is here, M is here, G is here. So what type of equilibrium it is? Yes, Dhananjay, it will be 0.55. Bg is more, Bm is less. It means it will be in unstable equilibrium. It will be in unstable equilibrium. Do you guys understand it? The body will be in unstable equilibrium, or we can say, we can find out the metacentric height. That is Bm minus Bg. If the metacentric height is coming out to be, find out the metacentric height, 0.55 minus 0.6. That will be negative. So if it is negative, then unstable equilibrium. It will be rotationally unstable. Rotationally unstable. Do you understand it? The next question, question number 9. Solve the next one. A cubic tank is filled with water to a depth of 2 meter. There is a cubic tank which is filled with water to a depth of 2 meter. The force acting on one side of the tank when it is accelerated at g by 2. The cubic tank, it is actually, the dimension of the cube is 2 by 2. 2 into 2 into 2 only. it is a cube like this, and it is filled with water. So this is 2 meter, this is 2 meter, and this is 2 meter. So we need to find out the force acting on one side on this surface. What will be the force acting? If it is accelerated at g by 2 meter per second square vertically upward, g is acting in downward direction and g by 2 is in upward direction. What is g effective? Effective gravity is g plus g by 2, isn't it? It is 3 by 2g. Effective gravity is 3 by 2g. And force will be equal to rho of water into g effective into area 2 into 2 into x bar, that is 1. X bar is depth of centroid of the surface. So how much is that? In kilonewton we need to find out. 3 by 2 into 10, g effective will be 3 by 2 into 10 into 4. What is the value of F? Isn't it 60 kilonewton? Because it is the formula F is equal to rho g a x bar. When it is having a vertical acceleration, then it will be replaced by g effective. G will be replaced by g effective. 60 kilonewton will be the correct answer. 60 kilonewton will be the right answer for this. The next question from the kinematics. Next one, give it a try. Question number 10. For a steady flow, if the flow is steady, do you agree local acceleration will be 0? It means D is correct. Local acceleration will be 0, it means D is correct. Now we need to find out acceleration x direction, acceleration in y direction, and net acceleration. So if we compare this u with vi cap plus vj cap, so u is equal to minus x square plus 3y and v is equal to 2xy, isn't it? We need to find out the value at 1 comma minus 1. So first of all, find out ax is equal to, calculate ax, del u by del t will be 0 plus u into del u by del x plus v into del u by del y. This will be 0. So u is equal to minus x square plus 3y into del u by del x is minus 2x plus v, that is 2xy into del u by del y, that is 3. Put the value 1 comma minus 1. X is equal to 1. So this is minus 1 plus 3 into minus 2 plus it will be minus 2 into 3. So what is that? 2 into minus 2, 2 into minus 2, that is minus 4 minus 6. Sorry. Are you getting x direction? What is the acceleration? Minus x square plus 3y into del u by del x minus 2x plus 2xy into 3 del u by del y 3. So x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 1, x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 1. So it will be minus 3. X is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 1. Yes, that will be. So it will become minus 4 into minus 2, 8 minus 6, that is 2. So this A is correct. A is correct. Similarly, if we talk about ay, then u into del v by del x plus v into del v by del y. Right? So u is equal to minus x square plus 3y into del v by del x, that is 2y, plus v, that is 2xy into del v by del x, del v by del y, that is 2x. Put the values. Minus 1 minus 3 into 2y into minus 2 plus again minus 2 into 2x 2. So it will be minus 4 into minus 2, then 8 minus 4, that is 4 meter per second square. B is also correct. What about C? What about C? What is the net acceleration? Net acceleration is under root of ax square plus ay square, that is under root of 2 square plus 4 square. So we can take 2. If we take 4 common, so 2, 1 plus 4, 2 root 5. 2 root 5, 4 root 5 कैसे आ जाएगा? सी तो गलत है ना, 2 root 5 भी तो होगा. root 20, it is root 20, so it will be 2 root 5. It will be 2 root 5, isn't it? So the correct answers are A, B and C. These are correct. A, B and C. A, B and D. The correct answers are A, B and D. C is incorrect. The next one, question number 11, again from the kinematics. What should be the value of lambda NAT? The velocity field is given by this expression. We can say this will be U, this will be V, this is W, UVW. So U is equal to 5x plus 6y plus 7z, and V is equal to 6x plus 5y plus 9z, and W is equal to 3x plus 2y plus lambda z. And density varies according to this exponential relation with time. In order that mass is conserved, what is the value of lambda? So if we write the mass conservation equation or continuity equation, if we write the mass conservation equation, then we can say del rho by del t plus del by del x rho into u plus del by del y rho into v plus del by del z rho into w is equal to 0. Del rho by del t is equal to, find out del rho by del t, that is rho naught e to the power minus 2t into minus 2. So it is minus 2 rho naught e to the power minus 2t plus rho is not a function of rho x is not a function of y, rho is not a function of z. So rho into what is del u by del x, that is 5, plus what is del v by del v by del y, that is also 5, plus what is del w by del z, that is lambda. This is also rho, so it will become rho into minus 2 plus 5 plus lambda is equal to 0, because rho is constant. So we can say 10 minus 2, 8 plus lambda is equal to 0, or lambda will be equal to minus 8. The value of lambda will be minus 8. The value of lambda will be minus 8. So these are some of the questions, and I am giving you some more questions as assignment. So I will share the PDF. These are the assignment question. So please do solve this question, and if you have any doubt, you can just speak to me through the Telegram channel or you can write me a mail. So this is all from my side, guys. These are some of the questions as assignment. So on 11th of October, there will be a workshop taken by Abhinav Negi sir, and do not forget to attempt the scholarship test tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. All right. So based on your performance in the scholarship, you will be able to avail the discounts in our various paid courses. So that is all from my side, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you. See you in the next session. Till then, enjoy, take care, have a good day and a great weekend ahead. Jai Hind.